What's going on, everybody? Just doing a video real quick. So yeah, last video I did, I believe I put in there, we had a load going to Michigan. I delivered that this morning, and then I was able to pick up a load coming out of Ohio, going back to Mississippi. So I'm about 30-ish miles south of Columbus, Ohio, right at the moment. Yeah. No issues, knock on wood, with the truck since I left. Hadn't so much as hiccuped. I was getting concerned because even the 2020 Freightliner I had used DEF at a pretty good clip. Usually about every second fuel stop, I'd top off my DEF in that truck. And since I've gotten this truck, the DEF gauge, I mean, I went over everything that happened with that, the sensors and stuff. But the gauge is it's been, set full. So today when I stopped and got fuel this morning, I went ahead and put in DEF just to make sure that the gauge is right. It ain't stuck saying full. And it's full. I think I was able to put 2.5 gallons in it, and that was it. So it's full. So I don't know, maybe with everything they've done to the one box, with the reman filters and now the 2 sensors, maybe it just, I don't know, it's sipping DEF. We'll see if that continues. But yeah, it's been running good, pulling good. I'm pretty impressed with the power. I only had 20,000 pounds in the box coming to Michigan, but even the little bit of hills coming across Missouri through Illinois, I had it on cruise, and it went right up the hills like it was nothing. Not so much as a drop in speed. The only other issue I do have, now that I'm thinking about it, the Jake brake does work when you got it on cruise. If you get in behind someone, like coming down a hill, obviously it's got that braking Bendix system on it that is active. And the truck, goes to slow down. You can feel the Jake brake engage. I mean, it's the Jake brake is working. Let's just put it that way. But to do it manually, for me to turn it on, that's not working. So it's either the button on the steering wheel is worn out and doesn't work anymore, or the clock spring, which is inside the steering wheel, which is, that could be bad. So when I get a chance, I'm gonna have to pop the front cover off the steering wheel and verify if I got power coming to that switch. If I do, then it is the steering wheel. And I was looking it up, and there's a company that makes a replacement steering wheel that has the same, it already has the same buttons and everything in it, but you can buy them, like the top part of the wheel is red or blue, or so I'm, if I replace the steering wheel, I'd probably want to get one of those. It'd probably be cheaper than going to Freightliner and buying a steering wheel from them. Yeah, you can replace the switches, but the switches on the cruise control side are worn pretty good. So if I was going to do it, I'd just go ahead and replace the whole thing. Be done with it. But next time I'm home, I'll pop that cover off, or if I get a chance, I'll pop the cover off, and I got a test light on the truck and just see if I can get if it shows power. I went through the fuse box yesterday. The CB, when I first put it in, there was no power to it, and sure enough, the fuse in the box was blown. So I replaced that fuse, and then I went through a few other ones that were looking pretty cruddy, and swapped them out with new ones. Not that that necessarily makes them bad, but corrosion causes resistance in a circuit. So to try to alleviate that as much as possible, I went ahead and replaced them. But other than that, yeah, just got done with the poor man's dinner. Oh, excuse me. Jeez, oh Pete. We had tuna fish and chips for dinner tonight, huh, Boas? Yep, sure did. Because there's nothing in the truck stop. This particular pilot that I'm at got big signs on the door, no showers. Now, I don't know if that's because of what's going on with the virus, or if they just didn't have showers. I didn't ask. I took a shower last night at the terminal. Now tomorrow, if I end up at another truck stop and they have the same issue, that's not good. That's not going to be good for anybody. There'll be a whole lot of smelly drivers running around, which I don't understand. The workers are in the building anyway. If they're at work, they're at risk. So cleaning a bathroom isn't any more riskier than standing at a cash register with strangers walking up all day long. So I don't understand why you would not still have your showers. I mean, hygiene is important right now. Hence them telling everybody, make sure you keep washing your hands. So yeah. Oh, gee, but I did find it remarkable that stores need to be open because people need food. But Lowe's, Home Depot, and Menards, everyone I passed yesterday, day before yesterday, packed. I don't know of any home project that I have or would have that would want me to go into a store with a whole bunch of other people right now to do. If my hot water tank went out, I could see going and getting a hot water tank and putting it in. But just to go to the home improvement store for a project that don't need to be done right now, or the landscaping in your yard because springs here are coming, I don't see that. I don't. No, it's not worth the risk. But as I said before, you're invincible till you're not. Plain and simple. You're invincible till you aren't. So, to each their own. It ain't me. But I can tell you, anybody else can, traffic has been awesome. And it's sad that something like this that's affected so many has to happen. Yeah, traffic it's been light everywhere. Indianapolis, best trip to Indianapolis I've had in forever. Come through Columbus, through at rush hour, and not an issue. So yeah, if you can take any positives from what's going on right now, that would be it. And it's not much of one, but for a truck driver, it's pretty, for me, it's a pretty big deal. Oh, man. So, yeah. But, yeah, I just couldn't believe the home improvement store. People are just, they're just nuts. Trying not to spread this stuff. And that's the whole point of everybody, staying home if you can. And they just can't stay away from the home improvement store. I mean, it'd be different if there was just a few of them there. But these parking lots are packed, which means these stores are packed, which means all these people are taking a big risk and possibly spreading it to others that they come in contact with. Just not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk. It really shouldn't, but whatever. Like I said, as long as they ain't giving it to me, we're coming in contact with enough people. I can say I delivered at a Walmart this morning. I'd been there before. Normally you walk inside. They're using one of those little bank teller windows. And then I picked up they wouldn't let you in the guard shack. The security guard come out, check the trailer, make sure it was up to standard, and gave you a little piece of paper to take to the other guard shack when you was pulling out, because one's an entrance and one's an exit. And when you got to the exit, there's a picnic table on the side of the little guard office building. The guy come out, he checks the seal, he goes back in, you stay outside. They bring the paperwork to you, you sign it, they give you your copy, and off you go. So, oh Lord, these people are just killing me tonight. The guy over on this side backed in without an issue, but for some reason, this is the second guy to try to hit this spot, and it's a wide open parking lot. I mean, this thing is still probably barely half full. But anyway, oh, huh, Ziggy, we're tired. It's been a long day. Yep. Got up early, ran all day. Yes, sir. But, just one more quick topic at the end, so only the ones that watch it till the end will hear this part. Rates on the load board here at Schneider. My God, what's happened? What is happening? I'm puzzled. Maybe someone can straighten it out for me, shed some light on it, bring some clarity. If you can, please do. If you're guessing at the wind like I am, give me your guess. But the thing about being leased onto a company like Schneider is we haul contract freight. We don't make big chunks of money when the rates are in the spot market's way up. It ain't like we suddenly get a windfall. But on the other hand, when the rates drop on the spot market, hauling contract freight is the safer bet because it's contract freight. Which means Schneider enters contracts with these customers at an agreed upon rate. And right now, a lot of the freight rates for customers that since I've been here have been available, have dropped way off. A lot of them have. And it's not just fuel surcharge. Fuel surcharge is down because fuel prices are down, but it's not down that much. But the rates are way off. Way off. I mean, I've seen, compared to freight I've hauled out of the same customer, going to the same customer, I've seen some of them differ as much as 40-50 cents. We're talking freight that was $1.50, $1.60, $1.70 that are now paying $1. So I don't know, maybe somebody can clarify me. I mean, did Schneider just redo all their contracts at the worst time in history and agree to crap rates with all their customers? I doubt that, very seriously. And again, we don't live on the spot market. We don't reap the benefits of a high market because we haul contract freight. But we should also not take as big a hit when the market's down because it's contract freight. And right now, last I checked, which has been a few days, the spot market was still hot. So it doesn't make sense that the freight rates here at Schneider are off by as much as they are. I mean, I've seen some rates for freight that, even 3 months ago, if it was paying $1.45, $1.50 a mile, yay, 93 cents a mile. 93 cents a mile. Not doing it. I'm not doing it. I can afford to haul cheaper freight. But if I'm going to do that, I might as well go haul for U.S. Express or freaking Swift. That $1.12 a mile crap that they pay. Not getting it. Even TLI, when I was looking at doing the lease purchase through them, that was it was contract freight. The only thing is they dispatched you. You didn't pick your own loads, and they were paying $1.20 plus fuel surcharge, which puts you in $1.40-ish range as far as $1.43 I think it was at that time. Really? I don't know. Maybe somebody can clarify it because it ain't making sense to me. Problem is, with everything being the way it is, eventually, once everything equalizes in the new normal, freight is going to fall off. It just is. Once these people stop overrunning the stores for 1,000 pounds of hamburger, once this all equalizes out and goes back to normal, demand drops, and the big three aren't making cars right now, so they're not needing parts, so that freight's not being moved. So I'm sure there's a lot of industries that are affected right now. The stores will get there. It will get there. People will still need food, but at the rate that they're buying it at right now, that will, I would imagine, at a certain point start leveling back off. And unless the problem with this virus is none of us are immune to it because it's new. Eventually, you might as well plan, even with precautions. Eventually, everyone's probably going to end up with this, whether it's a mild case of it or a bad case of it. you know, the whole reason that they're trying to keep people as separated as they can is they're just trying not to overrun the hospitals. If everybody got it right now, there's no way the medical system would be able to handle that volume of people. So if you can do lower infection rates, you know, the hospital can keep up as people get it and get over it. Or worst case scenario, pass away. So, you know, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. But yeah, if anybody's got any ideas on the rates, please let me know, because I'm confused. I'm confused, because if that was the case, I stayed here. Part of the reason was because it was a more stable rate structure, because it is contracted freight, than the spot market. Spot market, you know, it's got its hills and valleys, but I'm not seeing the benefit right now. Because I'm seeing valleys, and this is, again, contracted freight. I keep saying it. It's contracted freight. So I don't know. I'll put a conspiracy theory out there. I think Schneider's shaving off a little on the top because they see what's coming down the road. So they're trying to make as much as they can to build up their coffers so that they can weather the storm. Just a thought. So I'm going to get off here because, as usual, I'm just rambling on. So I appreciate you taking time. You guys be extra safe. We'll talk to you.